You don't have
Okay, cool. So I guess while Sarah's out of the room, I can go ahead and start with my spiel at least. Welcome to the first clinic, audition, information meeting, whatever you want it to be. I guess we're gonna go ahead and go over some things with the instructors, Sarah and I. And I guess the main thing I want to say in the midst of all of this is just remember that you're here to have fun. It may be an audition process. You know, not everybody's going to get what they want. And as unfortunate that it is, just know that like you can ask around the people who have been here before. And that might not always be the case, but it's still a blast to do throughout the season. So yeah, hopefully you'll stick around. I guess the only other thing I want to emphasize is we're going to go in some new directions next year. We're going to try a lot of things that the people who have been in this ensemble before might not be used to. And you might not like it at first, but if you're in it, just try and push through. I promise the staff we've got lined up to work with everybody this year is awesome. I don't know if you guys remember my buddy Mikey with the giant beard that came in and watched. He's okay, I guess you guys think he looks like Jesus, if that's what you think. He is officially going to be our visual tech this coming season.
Actually get a specific person?
Yes, so he's probably going to be the one up in the box running most of the rehearsals. They're going to be a lot faster paced, but that's okay. We're going to make sure you guys understand everything. You know, we're not going to play a rep if somebody doesn't know the instructions because we don't want anybody to get hurt. Okay? He's been doing this longer than I have, surprisingly enough. So I promise you, he's awesome. He'll be great. So just be ready for some new things. The other kind of stuff is we're going to toy around with the idea of a lot of electronics in our ensemble. Maybe running a sampler that can use, so we can utilize quotes throughout the show. As you know, the show concept is titled Outbreak. And how many of you watched The Walking Dead?
Oh my Jesus!
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So I've started watching The Walking Dead, and it's not necessarily going to be zombies like The Walking Dead. Okay, but the storyline is going to follow a lot of the beginning ideas of that. We are telling a story this year. It's not just, yeah, let's pick 3 pieces of music with blue in the titles, which was cool. It was all jazzy stuff. It was great. But we're going to put a production on the field. It's not just marching band playing music anymore. There are going to be characters, specifically 2 main characters, a brass player, I think, and a guard member who will be featured throughout the show, as well as a few supporting characters. So, you know, and within the production, you know, those people might not be the same. You know, this main character may be guard member number 1 for movement 1 and guard member number 6 for movement 4. You know, like it just all depends on what we need done and who can do it.
Yeah, we're gonna have more than 3 movements.
Yes, there are actually going to be 6 movements to the show. Sorry, that's me. Basically what it is we're breaking them down so they're much shorter. Should I just go over the stuff that we talked about on Facebook? Okay, am I allowed to give them that information, the storyline?
Oh.
Okay, cool. So,
First of all, is there anyone who has no idea what marching band is?
yeah.
I know some of you guard girls might not. Are we okay? Do we need to clarify anything? Just raise your
Like
hand
what
if
a
you don't
guard does in
understand
marching band.
what.
Okay.
Okay, sorry.
Alright, cool. So I guess I can go ahead and display or portray what the show is about. We're gonna start with a kind of a duet. It's a vibraphone solo with a guard solo, and sampled over top of that is going to be the idea of, somebody is meeting someone at a place every time, every day, waiting for them, trying to find help. And so the vibraphone solo ends, and the guard person makes their way off the field. On comes a brass player. This brass player is supposed to be that person that they're waiting for, but they believe it's a different time of day that they're supposed to be meeting them there. So they play a solo along with a second sample from the pit that quotes, I'm wait at this place such and such time every day, and the audience catches it's a little bit different time. It uses very similar wording, so that's where we can get the confusion from, okay? And immediately, I should probably pull that up because I don't want to tell you guys wrong. Immediately, you could think of it as an attack, okay? So where we're going with it is the fact that everyone is, or most people, are already infected. Man, where is this? Do I really have that many groups? Here we go. Sorry, it's all on Facebook on the design staff page. And so. Okay, so the opening statement, you've got the vibe solo and the guard solo, then the trombone solo, and you get your first hit, your first big boom. There's the band, okay? So after the first statement, which is about 1 minute and 5 seconds, you have the opener, which is subtitled Attacked, okay? Basically what that is the second main character, or the first. We're not really sure how we want to do that. One of the main characters is out on the field, and they're attacked by some sort of infected people, okay? We're gonna utilize a lot of fast-paced music. The opener is at 174, and we're gonna take it at tempo right from the get-go. So be ready. And actually, in a little bit, I might be able to let you guys listen to the opener for what we have of it so far. So along with fast-paced tempo, we're gonna utilize some visual stuff. Infected members being in a block, chasing the uninfected in drill, obviously not just running. Part 2 will be subtitled Friendship, and this will be that main character meeting another group of uninfected people, okay? This is going to be one of our ballads. It's going to be softer, it's going to be prettier, it's going to make sense. Right now some of the music in the opener is very atonal or very diminished, if any of you are in music theory at all. It's kind of dark, really. It's pretty cool. So part 3, subtitled Survival, it's most likely going to be the drum solo. And this is just the group of uninfected people searching for the lost friend, the second main character, okay? And while they're out searching, they happen to be attacked, okay? But it's not going to focus on the event of being attacked. It's going to focus more on the event of, or the aspect of, this is what the infected people are like, how brutal they can be, Part 4 is subtitled Lost Hope. And this is a second ballad kind of idea. It's going to be relatively short, and it's going to be much darker than the first ballad. It's actually going to quote the first ballad, but instead of very major, pretty chords, it's going to be, pretty, crunchy, pretty, just like hints of sadness in there, okay? And how many people have made it through season 2 of Walking Dead?
Cry every time.
So you know what happens? You know what happens to Sophie?
Yes.
Or Sophia, whichever? That's what happens to the friend.
What?
So at the end of the
What
okay. So at the end of the fourth movement, we find out, the characters are searching and they get rid of these infected people to find out that the second main character has become infected. Okay? So the fifth and final segment, I guess, technically final, is subtitled Suicide. Okay? And basically the main character, I know, the main character goes into just outrageous, very upset, and basically just runs into the middle of the rest of the band who is at this point become infected. Okay? So basically, visually, what we want to do is we want to end with the main character in the middle, the band in drill around them, and a very dark cluster chord or a diminished minor, whatever Chris decides, as the band encloses around them. And in prelims of shows, that's where we hope to stop. Okay? Now, we don't know where we want to go from there. It's kind of a cliffhanger idea, but we want to write a tag ending, and that's going to sort of, tell us if it's a 2-show day where we have prelims and finals, we'll do the tag ending at finals, and it'll tell us if that person becomes infected or not. So, like I said, we don't know where we want to go from there yet. So, but we do want it to be much more intense.
I'm
And
like so excited about crying.
Yeah.
Great.
what? Yeah, questions.
I love you.
It was her idea.
I
To
love
be
you
completely
too.
honest,
Woo,
the
I
whole
love
outbreak thing was Sarah's idea.
And
So.
he ran off with it.
Did it come with a little thing on the bus?
He came
Yes,
up with
he
all the
did.
details. I just came up with the name.
That's
So from there, that's pretty much your show. So, I guess, seeing as intense as the show is going to be, or we would like to portray it, that's what we need to be in rehearsal. We need to be on our game all the time. So like I said, not everybody's going to get what they want, but, if you only have soloists out there and nobody to back them up, it's pretty boring. So no matter if you end up as a soloist, you end up, as the rack player in the pit. Like, every part is important, okay? Cool. So, I don't know what Sarah wants to do from there, but are there any questions so far, I guess? Somebody's got to have a question.
I mean, like, you put on Facebook, we're gonna utilize, more of the drums, like use all of them, possibly. Like,
Oh,
how, like,
well, that's that's what I was about to say. I don't know if Sarah has a Facebook group, but you guys need, if anybody has Facebook, even if it's you're too young and your parents do, get them on the Percussion page. Because I'm gonna upload instructional videos, audition music, opener. Hopefully, I can send battery people away today with the opener because the battery parts are done.
oh, cool, alright.
So.
Yeah, we don't have anything written.
Yeah, well, obviously, that's completely okay. But what I was telling was I did a percussion audition Facebook page.
Yeah, I should create one.
Okay. Well, she doesn't have one.
I'll make one. Yeah.
I'm not talking about her then. Because he said one like a guard member, would that be like, can we all come out at certain times, or would just like certain people go out at certain times?
What do you mean?
Will it be like broken up, or?
Like one by one or all together?
What part? I'm not sure which time.
Which one is up?
Never mind.
I don't think we've gotten there yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of the fine details have not been discussed yet. Right now, it's a big picture idea, and kind of from there, we have to go out and test some things before, in band camp, we're gonna have to try some things before we can guarantee exactly what's up.
Okay, for those of us who don't have Facebook, what do I do?
We'll relay the messages.
Yeah, anything, well, the reason I say it's important for them is because a lot of, like, the new technique stuff we're doing, I'm putting instructional videos for. I think she's gonna keep a lot of stuff the same. So
Yeah, I mean, the stuff that will be on Facebook is just going to be informational, and I'll send emails out too. So it'll be cool.
there you go.
I don't post any videos because I like to talk. It's hard. It's hard to learn through a video.
Questions?
Is the quad part freaking sick?
Oh,
no.
No,
Better
it's like
than
quarter
that.
note and then another one and
Let's
then
see.
done.
Cool crap the snares are gonna do for once instead of just like
Stupid stuff. Like,
This will be stuff we'll talk about without them. Once
Yeah, but it's
the day
important
is-
to know now.
Do you want to talk about like when practices are and stuff?
Yeah, you can do that, cause I was actually thinking about on the way here, I couldn't remember the rehearsal days during the semester.
Alright,
Sarah
so
Connor, everybody.
this is for everyone, not just color guard, percussion, whatever. Our practices are Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, all from 3:30 to 6:30. Okay, practices are required. It's not a if you feel like coming. You know, if you have a job, let them know now. You need all of these days off from August through October. Okay. Only excuses are like the school excuses, like I'm sick or someone in my family died, something like that, okay? And for me, I don't know how Travis does things, but for color guard, if you miss a practice that is not excused, you have to do punishments like push-ups or laps or things like that. You know. So anyway, just be in practice and you'll be fine. Also, band camp is a huge, huge thing. If you miss band camp, you pretty much can't be in band because it's a lot to learn, especially new people. Yeah, you were like almost a senior. So anyway, yeah. Anyway, band camp for percussion and guard is going to be the last 3 weeks of July, right?
The last 3?
I think
I
the
thought it was
first week.
I thought it was the last 2 of July and the 1st of August.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa, that's
Okay, to be announced, dates to be announced, but it's either gonna be like,
We're the last year.
I'm not sure. I know I'm out of the country playing with the Lincoln software for the first 2 weeks of July. So.
well, just pretty much don't schedule vacations
So cute.
the last week of July, the last few weeks of July, okay? The first week is a short camp. It's just for percussion and color guard, and it's I can't remember the times. It's like 12 to 4 or something every
It was
day.
like 7 to 5, wasn't it?
That's regular.
I
I'm right.
Whoa! And then,
all enjoy.
It's 12 to 4.
but don't worry, guys. We will get you the exact dates and times a little later once we have them settled down. But just keep in mind that band camp is a 3-week thing. First week is a little shorter. The next 2 weeks are full band camp, like all day long, from Monday through Friday. So just reserve those weeks. It's very, 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 very important that you're there because you miss a lot of stuff if you're not there. Okay? Any questions about time? No? Okay. Something that parents might want to know.
That's me.
Something that parents might want to know is costs. I know it's an issue for a lot of people, but if you have any financial difficulties, please talk with our treasurer and they can work out some kind of payment plan or whatever. But here are the fees that you need to know. I have them written down for you guys.
Boom.
You might need to write them down or something, but you might know. Band camp, the fee is $250. That covers all 3 weeks. There's a uniform fee, which I believe everyone has to pay, and that's $25. I can actually get you one of these. It's for color guard, but it's got the same.
Do you need for me to pay that tonight?
Oh,
No.
that's next
Usually,
Yeah, I think it's like at the end of band camp. I know. It's fine. These are some of these are for. Don't ignore the last two.
Just tell me when
All right. Shoes. I'm not sure about marching band, but for color guard it's $35.
it sounds about the same for me.
Yeah,
It's like 32.
and that's only for new members, unless we get a new pair of shoes. We might. I don't know. Okay. Everyone in band has to have a windsuit and shorts. Those are $75 and $15. But again, if you're a returning member, you don't have to rebuy them. Color guard, we've got miscellaneous stuff like a duffel bag and guard t-shirt, makeup, all that stuff that makes this pretty, and that's written in there too. But that's just estimated cost. And again, please, please, please do not let cost affect your decision, okay? I know it's really hard for some of you guys, trust me. I'm a working college student. I know how hard it is to pay for things. So if you have any difficulty at all, please let Mr. Sawyers and the treasurer know, and we'll try everything we can to work with you, okay?
Cool.
Any questions about that? Okay.
Cool.
I have another thing, but I'll talk to them. It's
Well,
just for color.
Okay. So I guess at this time we're gonna split up into groups and
Okay.
kind of catch them.
I don't know where we're gonna go because I think the gym is taken, but
lobby?
everyone in color guard, come in here and grab a practice flag, not a show flag.
Are we gonna take a picture? We have
I guess like turn this off.
Yeah, if you have
I
your
got
pictures,
that.
thank you. And mark
Sarah.
That was wrong.